Congratulations to the previous competitor. Now we will have Switzerland with MARIA-NOEL Martinez and SCUD des Gardiens Légendaires.
This is the 7th video in our series. We are covering the 2023 FCI Mondioring MR1 Grand Prix. As you may have heard in the announcement, the next dog is SCUD des Gardiens Légendaires from Switzerland. A male 2-year-old Belgian Shepherd Malinois handled by MARIA-NOEL Martinez. So far, the leading dog in this competition is Quick de la Dog Noir of Belgium at 192.5 points, followed by Replay the Game of Italy at 191 points.
Bonjour, Martinez de Suisse avec SCUD des Gardiens Légendaires. J'attaque le sifflet et puis
Third place is Magnus de Chenil Reyes at 187 from the Philippines. Let's see how this dog goes. On to the food refusal exercise. A piece of food will be thrown which the dog has to refuse. The food thrower is looking for a signal from the judge and drops the food. Remember, if the dog licks the food, it loses all points. Nicely done. But because the handler gave an extra command to call the dog at the prep line, she loses 1 point. Then we go on to the heeling exercise. Personally, I didn't see it and it's not very clear from the video. But the judge believed the handler gave an extra command during the healing, so she loses all points. As per the rules, once the healing starts, you're not allowed to give another command either by voice or gesture. Now we're on to the send away. The dog has to go through the optimal zone, which is between the two bulls. You are allowed to prep your dog before the start line, which is what the handler is doing. The horn is a signal for you to go to the start line. The dog went outside the outside marker, which is a 4-point deduction, and the handler was penalized 1 point for the preparation. I'm not sure exactly what for, but that's what it says on the score sheet. This is a world championship, so judging can be very strict. And then we go on to the retrieve exercise. Dog has to retrieve an item. Full points for this exercise. Then we go to the absence of handler. The handler downed her dog behind those barrels of grapes. Of course, the barrel of grapes and all the other props on the field is related to the theme of the trial. And the theme this year is countryside, lifestyle, and traditions. Every Mondioring trial has a theme, making it a spectacle for the audience. The distraction in the absence of handler is also related to the theme. The horn is to signal the handler to go back and pick up her dog. And this will be a full point exercise, her second full point exercise of the round. Now we have the change of positions. Here, the dog needs to demonstrate his ability to make 3 position changes on command. In levels 2 and 3, the position changes are 6. In level 1, the handler has to be 5 meters away when giving the commands. handler was penalized another 1 point for giving an extra command at the preparation, 9 out of 10. After all the obedience exercises, we go to the jumps. Her jump of choice is the palisade. In level 1, you only need to do the minimum height. Full points, 15 out of 15. Then we move on to the suit work exercises, starting with the flee with gunshots. The decoy for this exercise is Yoann Lebreton, 4th place in last year's super selection. The dog stayed on for an extra second after the recall, so he was penalized 2 points. Ideally, you want the dog to let go as soon as the recall command is given. Otherwise, that was a very good flee exercise. The next suit work exercise is the defensive handler. This is a scenario made up by the judge on the day of trial, and you can't train for this beforehand. In order to be successful at this exercise, especially in the highest level, the dog has to be familiar with a wide variety of scenarios and pictures. I don't know if you noticed at that point, but the decoy tried to take the dog away from the handler. It's the decoy's job to test the dog's training. A very skilled decoy will be able to take a lot of points from a dog during a trial. Those decoying in a world championship are selected from the decoy super selection in the previous year. The decoy super selection happens at the same time as the world championship. You may notice that the decoy not making the hit is the more active of the two. And of course, there's always a big distraction right before the hit. There's the hit and the dog engaged with the correct decoy. I believe they had some technical issues again, as smoke was supposed to come out of that campfire as the decoy ran away. So other than that 1 point for going away from the handler, the judge also took 3 points for not following the correct path. The last exercise is the face with stick. For this exercise, the decoy is Kilian Franc from Belgium. Kilian got 3rd place in the decoy super selections last year. So the dog stayed on for another second after the recall, which means he was penalized 2 points. An overall good rank, but not quite enough to unseat the dog in 1st place.